Yo, what's good? Stevenson versus Badou Jack tomorrow. Montreal Showtime. Man, I haven't been this excited for a fight since last Saturday. This is a good fight, man. This is a tossum fight. And last Saturday's fight was a very good fight, but everybody expected the person that won to win. Everybody expected Vasil Lomachenko to win, and he did. Yeah, it was a little bit closer than most people thought it would be, but regardless, Lomachenko was picked to win by most people, and he won. This fight, I'm seeing everything. Everything from Jack by decision. Stevenson's getting old overnight. And Stevenson by KO. He is gonna murk Jack in the first round to Jack KO to Steven. Anything could happen in this fight. And Stevenson has had this title for almost 5 years now. Yeah, it's been 5 years almost since he defeated Chad Dawson in the first round with the first round knockout. That's when we all realized how amazing Stevenson's power could be. One punch knockout. He's the guy with the most knockout power in one punch in all of boxing. Besides Deontay Wilder, he has that one hitter quitter. The hardest punch in the light heavyweight division is not Kovalev. It's not Kovalev's right. It's not Kovalev's hook. It's not any one punch by Kovalev or Bivol or Joe Smith. It is Stevenson's left hand, and that's what makes this fight so interesting. Not only that, Stevenson could box, man. He could move. He could win a decision if the opponent is tougher than he expected. He could win on points if he realizes that he can't knock you out, which he did against Fanfora. Fanfora dropped him. Darnell Boone knocked him out. So he can be knocked out. He can be hurt. But so can Jack. Jack has been knocked out in the first round by Edwards. I think he was Porky Edwards, if I'm not mistaken. I believe it was Porky Edwards. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's him. So both of these guys are susceptible, but Stevenson hasn't been knocked out since he's reached world class level. Part of it is because he hasn't really faced a tough opposition. He didn't fight Kovalev, and he hasn't fought any of the other top guys that have come up. Not Barrera, not Smith, not Bivol. So the competition has been out there. He could have fought any of these guys in the last 5 years, but he just hadn't. Everybody wanted to see Stevenson versus Kovalev. I wanted to see that fight so bad. And it's just a shame that what happened to Juanma versus Gamboa happened to these guys. And I don't think Stevenson versus Kovalev is going to happen any longer. It's just not going to happen, I don't think. But Stevenson's a good fighter, regardless of what I may think about him, regardless of what you may think about him, regardless of how much I have wanted to see him lose. He keeps winning, and he keeps winning in sensational fashion. Part of it's the competition, but the other part is his skills and that dynamite that he has in his left hand. Jack is a very, very good fighter. What Stevenson has in skill and natural ability, Jack has in grit, and Jack has in hard work and his willingness to fight. And Jack is a dog. And I realized Jack was a dog in his fight against Anthony Durrell. I thought Durrell was gonna win because I wasn't too familiar with Jack besides his fight against Edwards when he got knocked out. I was like, Darrell's gonna win because that's the fighter I'm familiar with. But he proved that he's a dog. He can stay on the guy for 12 rounds. He's a pressure fighter. He's got decent power, not great power. That might pose a problem in this fight. But he's a very good body puncher. He could throw a combination together. And he like I said, he is a dog. He's not afraid to fight. He's not afraid to get hit. He's not afraid to get hit to give you. He's not afraid to take one. This is the expression. He's not afraid to take two or three to give you one. So he's a good inside fighter. He also jabs when he's coming in. Sometimes it's not the stiffest jab. It's not the best jab, which is why he got caught with DeGale in the first round of their fight when he slipped it and landed that straight left, which dropped Jack. So this is why it's a good fight. It's an intriguing fight. Both of these guys are good. Jack has been fighting the better competition. I said Darrell, Groves, Cleverly, DeGale. So Jack has an argument that he has the toughest competition of the last couple of years because he has been fighting a who's who, and he's been the underdog in most of these fights. Like I believe he's the underdog in this fight. He deserves to be the underdog in this fight because Stevenson is the more skilled fighter, the accomplished champion, and he could really end this at any time. Yes, I'm repeating myself, but it's worth repeating because we don't see this that much. Not only that we don't see this type of power in boxing, we don't see Stevenson that much. We don't get to appreciate him. After he knocked out Dawson, I wanted to see more of him. Then we got him against Bellew. I was like, all right, yeah, soon we'll get a fight against Kovalev. It's gonna be dope. And he kind of fell off the face of the earth. He's okay making his money fighting these chumps. He is a lineal champion. But his competition and his inactivity are why a lot of people are doubting him. They doubt his heart. They doubt if his heart's still in the sport. And he's 40 years old. So the inactivity and his age and what appears to be his lack of motivation is all against Stevenson. Jack is the younger fighter. It appeared that he might be the bigger fighter in the weigh-in. He's not the naturally bigger fighter because he is moving up in weight. Yeah, he fought Cleverly at light heavyweight, but he's still relatively new to the division. He's a taller fighter. He might be the wider fighter, but we'll see if he could bully Stevenson. Let's see if he could get inside without taking a couple hits that just stop him in his tracks. So I'm going to reserve saying that he's the bigger guy, but he's the naturally bigger guy. He's the hungrier guy. And I am going to say this. He has the better competition overall. He's fought the better fighters overall. And that's why this is a toss-up fight. I know who I want to win. And I know the accomplished champion. The fact that any moment of the fight, Stevenson knows this. And Stevenson knows that he's capable of this. He could be down on the cards. And in the last second of the last round, he could end this fight. But it's these years of inactivity. He's 40 years old. I don't think his heart's in this. Or I don't think his heart has been in this sport for a couple years. He might be motivated for this fight, but the inactivity is really hard. And just watching Jack, that he is susceptible, and he got dropped by DeGale, who's not a big puncher, and he's been knocked out before, has really got me doubting my prediction. But I am going to predict that the dog will stay. Woo! That Badou Jack will bury his chest in Stevenson's chest for 12 rounds and grind round after round to eke out a really close decision. He'll probably, in reality, he'll win like an 8-4 type of fight, but he'll barely eke out a split decision in Montreal. Maybe majority split decision in Montreal, because the dog will win. He's the hungrier, younger fighter, and Stevenson is gonna look for that one punch after he's down. By round 6, he'll be down, and he's gonna look for that one punch. He might land it, but not clean, and he might drop Jack, but he won't be out for the count. And I predict a split decision by Jack in an excellent fight, kind of like the fight with the Gale, except this fight will probably be better because Stevenson is a much more skilled fighter than DeGale. Oh man, I'm looking forward to this fight. Thank you guys for watching. Who do you guys think will win? I am genuinely excited to see this fight and the results. Peace.